I think Norman's not going to be able to make it because of real life things, which is fine. I'm just going to warn you all right now. I've been up since 2 in the morning. So, and yeah. So if I seem like I'm really slow, that's why. But I'm here to play. So let's at least get a couple hours in. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So are we live, sir? Theta?
Just the cameras.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Go.
Okay. Well, everybody, I know it's a little bit of a late start, but better late than never. Welcome to Forbidden Lands. We are back with another adventure with... Are you guys adventurers, or are you just money hungry? I can't really tell in this setting. Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Lemmings.
There you go. Well, I'm with a trio today. Start with introductions. Red, why don't you go first?
Okay. I'm Red. I am playing Maxima the Mouse, a halfling burglar rogue. I guess we do have, like... I'm going to pull up my stuff here. We do have dark secrets and such prides. My current pride is that no one can catch me, and my dark secret is that I compulsively steal stuff.
That's got you in trouble twice already.
I know, and I don't intend on stopping now.
Alright. Then we got Arkloyd.
Hello, I'm Arkloyd. I play Foley Frostryme, the Wolfkin fighter. He never betrays his friends, but sometimes he drinks to chase away the memories.
Oh dear. And then last but certainly not least is Theta. How you doing?
Vendor Deacon, half-elf sorcerer.
Alright. Well, when I last left you all, you were traveling for some time to find... basically to find something known as the Chapel of Blood. You came across Relian's retreat eventually, with basically a merchant caravan that is held out near the banks of the Elia River that you see on the map here before you. And along route to Relian's retreat, you also ran into Soldink, a old, decrepit peddler that some of you have a previous history with. The retreat, Maxima got herself into a bit of a pickle when she attempted to steal from the caravan leader. That failed. And, well, then she kind of got shanghaied into working for him. I believe you have a contract that you signed.
Yes,
Good
I made
luck.
a note. Hold on.
Yes.
Post it
Good.
in the thing.
Good luck with that.
Boop. I mean, if things go according to plan, I'll be dead long before he makes any money off of me, so...
We'll see about that. He'll make money off your corpse somehow, I think. He seems like the scrupulous type. But anyway, he also told you that this supposed Chapel of Blood is a few days north. Northwest, I should say, near Lake Varda. And that's where you went. And although the area is a bit marshy and treacherous, and you passed what looks like just ruins here and there, you eventually come across a moss-covered hill with lots of old moss and grass covering what looks like red brick, adorned into like a cave wall. From there, you go inside the cave about, 60 feet in, and you find yourselves a door. You believe you have arrived at the chapel, known as the Chapel of Blood.
Okay, let's take a quick inventory of our stuff and marching order and all of that.
Yes. Soldink elects to wait outside with his donkey. Just to get that out of the way.
Wait, what the fuck?
You forgot he had a donkey?
No, but, we need that donkey for, moving our enormous wealth.
That's what he's got a cart for.
Yeah.
I'm a very small person. I do not have... I cannot move a cart. Oh, but you know what? I know what I was going to propose.
I mean, you can bring stuff out and
But
put it
Maxwell,
back
we've
in.
only just met.
Right over my head.
In real life,
We were about to
or...
propose.
Oh, right. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I was about to propose in real life.
Oh,
in
but Red,
metafiction.
we've only just met.
God damn it.
You walked into that one yourself. I'm sorry,
yeah, it is too early. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time.
Not as early as 2 in the fucking morning.
I was about to suggest that we maybe take a quarter day to try to train and spend some of these experience points before we go in there. What time of the day is it? I should know because of the token. Hold on.
Afternoon.
It is afternoon at the moment.
So, how do people feel about maybe training up until nightfall, sleeping, and then going in fresh in the morning with more
here
skills?
we are, poised in front of the door, and Maximus said, "Hey, anyone feel like a montage?"
Right? Exactly.
Well, then I guess one of us should set up camp. You have to be doing it during the rest or sleep.
Real quick, when people weren't here last time with Dan, were the other NPCs active at all or no?
No.
Okay.
Setting up camp would be a survival, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
But they want me on keeping watch generally.
Well, no, preferably. I could set up camp, and then I would also rest. And while I'm resting, you guys can do your training montage, whatever. I'm not spending.
Saving up for the big one?
Yeah, because I have to pay double the amount since I have nobody who can teach me. There you go. I've made.
Alright, you set
Awesome.
up a... So I'll advance the time.
As it stands, I can spend my willpower on anything unless I want to murder us all.
Nah, save it for later. So what are you actually going to start training in?
That is the question. It's either going to be fast footwork, lightning fast, or I might drop a bunch to get a rank in a skill.
How much wits do you have?
I have 3 wits.
Yeah, that's a fairly good chance to be able to do something.
Right, I just need 1 success. It could happen.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Fast footwork is a talent, right?
Yeah, fast footwork and lightning fast are both talents. And we decided, what was it? Talents are, what is it like? 3 XP per
It's 3
talent
for the first
rank?
one, 6 for the second rank, 9.
Right,
And for
gotcha.
the
And they're
third, yeah.
additive. You have to. I mean, they're not added. You pay separate for each.
You have to be sequential, yeah, you can't jump from one to another. Okie dokie.
I think I'm gonna make a note for the experience for that somewhere.
I mean, it's really easy. It's easier than I think.
No, I know. I guess like
Literally,
for
all you have
my-
to remember is 369, unless we're talking about magic. Apparently, I'm the only one who ever dabbles in magic.
Well, for my edification, because of how I work, I'm gonna make a character handout for it, just for the hell of it. Okay.
No trouble here. And what was skills again? Was it 5 per?
It's a multiplicative of the number that you have already. That's why it's easy.
Right.
I think it's 5 times the amount you have.
No, 5. All right. Skills. Number of XP equal to the skill you have to attain and multiplied by 5.
So I just,
Yeah. So, for example,
Yeah, so
increase
it'd be 5
from
to the
skill to level 2 to 3 costs 15. So 5, 10, 15.
Right, so to get 1 skill rank would be 5 XP. Okay.
you have,
to get
what,
the-
7 XP right now.
I've got 11. I'm
11.
sitting on a bunch. Not enough to do... Actually, I guess I could get 2 ranks. Wait, no, because I have to do them sequentially again, so no.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
I can only get
do-
1 rank.
You can only. Does ranks require wits do, or is that just talents?
I assume all of them require either getting someone to teach you or making the roll.
See, I only ever looked at talent. Talent, just clear, obvious winner. XP expenditure.
Now, here's the weird thing. According to the rules, you can technically only spend it during a quarter day when you rest or sleep.
That's what we just.
Yeah.
We already
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure
That's
that
why
we're
we
all
made
clear.
camp. That's why.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just want to make sure that we have everything we need for that. So I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
No, don't worry. We
Yeah,
set up ahead of
yeah,
time.
that's what we're going to do.
I jumped the shark.
Don't do that,
Okay.
Fonzie.
I'm going to guess... I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're going to run into something that might want to kill us. And based on that, I'm going to
Red.
spend... Yes.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but you're trying to learn a new skill?
No, I've decided I'm going to do fast footwork.
Okay. Well, just we know ahead of time here. It's because you were talking about learning a skill at rank 1. To learn a skill at rank 1 costs 5 XP. Also, you must have either used the skill or succeeded without skill level during the session.
Oh, good to know.
So yeah,
okay.
not something to do at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, that's an end of the session thing. Okay, good to know. Alrighty then. Going to so I'm just roll a flat wits.
Yep.
Wits, right?
Successful wits roll. Fail, you get the XP back.
Look at that success. Okay.
That's the one that lets you dodge an extra time?
Yeah, it gives me a free dodge.
Is anybody else willing to spend XP on skills?
I'm thinking of a talent. That's all I have enough for.
And you're good, Theta?
Well, I'm waiting to hear the rest of Arklit's thing.
Sorry.
Because you don't just spend XP, that's the thing. You gotta tell us. Roll.
Yeah, I think I may pick Sword Fighter.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep Maxima alive for one more session, one session at a time. So dodge could
So
probably
what would I
help.
have to roll for learning that?
Would be a wits. Sword fighter, you said? Is that actually a talent?
Yes.
+1 to attack, parry, and 1 damage too.
Yeah.
Kadok had it, that's why I think I...
Alright, for the talent, you need to roll your wits, and it'll cost you 3 XP for the level 1 in Sword Fighter, if you don't have it. There you go, you got it.
Yay, so here goes free XP.
So as the training montage begins, Frawley just finds a tree nearby that looks old and decrepit and just starts quickly taking out his sword and trying to slash at the same areas each time to just get some practice swings in. You notice he's also getting a lot faster at doing the side strikes to the left and right. And after a few hours, there are several marks on the tree, but the vast majority of the marks have hit the target that you were aiming for. Meanwhile, Maxima has been doing jumping jacks and a little bit of calisthenics and...
You know, that thing like the football players do where they up on their toes and they're just running in place?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing for hours.
Alright, I can see that. It's like tiptoe, 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 jump, down.
Exactly,
Tiptoe,
down.
tiptoe, down. While this is all going on, Vendor is dealing with the camp and looking over and probably rolling his eyes at some of this, but
No, I'm
hey.
resting. I had wits damage.
Vendor is sleeping. Not resting.
Sleeping involves being unconscious, which I'm not.
It is now evening. I assume everybody will be resting at this point.
Hey, what's the matter? Let's go into the place.
But I'm tired.
It's subterranean anyway.
It doesn't actually matter.
It's gonna be dark.
This is a fair point. I do not have any damage on my character, so I have no need to rest. How is Klingerdin doing? I know that's not your name. Frawley, how is Frawley doing?
Ask Frawley.
Frawley,
Yeah,
how are you doing?
doing well.
Want to rest, or do you want to go adventuring into the darkness?
I'm ready to go.
Alright, then let us be off.
So you see it, that's the XP explanation from the book if we need it.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah. See, this is making this so much easier for me because I don't have to flip 30 fucking pages in this damn thing.
So all I do is remember.
I don't have time to remember things anymore.
I'm out of capacity.
It's not that I'm out of capacity, it's that
I just forget important stuff to remember video game and tabletop role-playing stuff.
There you go.
Priorities, I get it.
Yeah, see. So when I sit in front of the IRS guy about why my tax, I can pretend to be the guy from Blade Runner.
Will that actually work?
Don't show any emotion, so think about it.
Exactly.
You descend into the cavern. You come across a small stairwell. It's to what looks like a slightly larger chamber. like where the cavern itself is hollowed out. And where the ruins of the keep is, like, the camp, the cave is, like, super damp and, dark. Can you guys, especially at the dead of night, do you have any light sources with you?
We did come prepared for this, yes. I don't remember. I think someone bought torches, but I have a lantern and lamp oil.
I as well have lighting.
I think we're counting on the lantern.
Well, if one of you wants to snuff that thing on,
I think snuff is the opposite word, but yes. I will counter snuff my lantern into brightness and take the lead. Now here's the other question. I guess we could use two of these things, but I was thinking maybe we should keep Frawley's hands free for like murder. And then Vendor's hands free for like, sorcery. But we can do so if that works for you guys, I'll hold the lantern until,
So yeah, you stay in the middle, Frosty can stay in front and back.
That sounds good to me.
Right.
You keep pressing forward. I'm gonna quickly remind myself on how expending this oil works and everything, but we can keep going. For now we have light.
Alright, you eventually get to what looks like the front of this antechamber. A large wooden door with a lock.
Antechamber. It's the difference between an anti-chamber and an anti.
Did I say anti? I'm sorry.
There's an antechamber.
There's a massive wooden door. It's framed in steel. You notice that the door itself is a little bit weathered and just as damp as the rest of the cave, at least on your side. To the edge of it is a locking mechanism that is made out of steel as well. Looks like a simple locking key. And, let's see, what is the equivalency of perceptions in this game? Yeah, can you all roll a scouting for me real quick?
No successes. Also, lantern oil lasts a quarter day. So basically, my lantern lasts until we tick the clock.
Sure. I'll try and keep track of like time.
From the back, guys. Whatever.
It's less see, more hear. Behind the door, you hear what sounds like gruff, muffled voices. It's a rather loud conversation. You're actually surprised the others don't hear it with the dripping of the caverns. Like, the first thing you hear is like somebody growling, "It's my sword! I paid 5 for it!" And then, like, the next one, it's like, yeah, and I killed the human who had it, so it belongs to me. Fine. Let's throw rocks over it. Most pips gets the sword. I got this shield and helmet, so this is not more than right that I get the sword, I'd say. I'm not gonna throw rocks. Yes, you are! And they keep going back and forth like this.
And it's just 2 voices?
3 voices.
3,
with the 2 successes you get.
It did sound like 3, which is why I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought there were only 2. Okay. And this is from behind a nearby door?
This is behind the front entrance here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, now I should show you. Boom.
Aha!
So you see the wood thing here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the voices are coming from behind.
Alright, first thought. Perhaps we can, distraction, lure one or more of them out and then ambush them. We've got these pillars here, right? So maybe we could hide behind them and do a sneak attack.
Yeah, there are stalagmites sticking out from the ceiling to the floor on those edges there.
It's a brilliant thought, Red. My first thought is zones. I meant to at some point during the week go to like a Discord game, ask him about zones or something.
There's a Discord for this game?
I'm sure.
Mm.
But it's sort of a mix of like the Fallout RPG.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me, but I could be getting it wrong. But really,
I've seen it play the Fallout RPG, but the description for how zones work in this game says mostly that there'll be pre-made dungeons, and that each section of the dungeon is a zone. So, like, this room here might be a zone that has like concealment related to those pillars or whatever, and then the next room of the dungeon would know that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the zone system is basically just turning a complex dungeon into a series of rooms or zones, right? The real combat important range stuff are the ranges. And that's
Unless you're operating between zones.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're trying to, shoot from one zone into another zone, which is probably not going to be possible in a lot of cases if you're underground.
But even then, movement is also related to zones and not ranges.
Yeah, right. And that, yeah. But again, that probably only matters. Like, the vibe that I get is that there's not so much combat happening across multiple zones typically. Like, the engagement range is normally a single zone, and those kinds of things come into play when people are running away or joining the battle, or you're trying to shoot a very far distance into someone else's, zone. But yeah, the important things to focus on are the ranges. So, like, knowing if you're within arm's reach, or if you're close range or whatever. I think arm's reach is what they call it.
Yeah.
Or if you're at spear range, or if you're beyond spear range. Those are like the three, areas.
Also, disengage. You're allowed to retreat, fight.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not clear on is how cover works. The zone features are on page 87. So, like, yeah, and it's interesting. So they have a bunch of, like, tags, basically, right? Like, in this case, zone features cramped. The zone is small and or has a low ceiling. Attacks with heavy weapons take a penalty, and it's impossible to swing a weapon before a close combat attack. Interesting. Swing a weapon before. I don't really know what that means.
What do you mean?
It says...
Swing weapon is an action that you can take to add damage to your weapon. It's like a fast thing that'll only be done for a heavy weapon.
Yeah, only great swords can use that, I
Any
believe.
text that's like that swing weapon there, it's like an action.
So there is cover, and basically taking cover behind something...
Rather.
When you're doing cover, taking cover counts as a fast action, and it's basically an armor rating. But it's an armor rating only against range attacks, apparently.
Okay.
So, if they shoot at you, yeah, you can use that for cover. If they're going to, slash at you, no.
Not really. Maybe it's more like this might give us the possibility, like if it was an empty room with nowhere to hide, we probably could not hide. But since there are features that you could presumably hide behind, hiding is an option.
All right.
And that would be, that's fine by me.
As far as you're aware, they have no idea that you're there. They seem to be just grumbling and arguing with themselves. So it is your choice as to how to proceed.
Right, okay. So I suggest what we do, one of us makes some sort of distraction, like a cry or a loud noise, and we all hide and see if they send someone to investigate, and then we try to sneak attack them. What do you think?
That's how children do it.
Yes, Maximo will glare at Froley because he knows that she resents being compared to a child. He should know better. Well then, what would you recommend, Froley?
Sneak in there and take them out while they're arguing over the spoils.
She sighs. All right. I suppose, you expect me to do the sneaking?
Not expect me to do the sneaking.
Oh, well then, by all means. And she will bow low and gesture towards the door.
And nobody talks him out of it. Here we go.
So what do? You go up to the door?
Yeah.
And you try to open it?
Well, let's do a scouting roll just to make sure there's nobody directly behind it just yet.
Well, we do know there's 3 people in there, but it also looks like the door opens towards us, so you should be able to just open it.
Alright. Well then, sleight of hand to do it quietly?
You'll have to use the sleight of hand, actually, because it is locked.
Okay, here we go.
And it'll be at, it is I just had it. -2 to unlock. That's going to be a no. You cannot get through to the lock.
Rat it all. And here I thought my 3 dice would have been enough.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the zone conversation. The door's locked, you said?
It is locked. You need sleight of hand to open it, and it is with penalty.
Well, Mouse will fold her arms and give you a haughty look. It says, "My plan's looking better and better, isn't it?"
You go up to the door, and you see the lock, where the lock within the steel frame.
I mean, I have lockpicks and have a sleight of hand of 7. But I still think it's a better idea to try to lure them out one at a time. But if I'm outvoted, I'll pick this lock. Or try to, I guess, anyway.
It's modified. Do you have the lockpicker talent?
Oh shit, is there a talent that goes with it?
Yes, there is.
No, I do not.
It's a +1 gear bonus to sleight of hand when picking locks, and with the lockpicks. And when you have the and if you have the talent, it gives you an extra +1 on top, so it'd be a +2
Right.
instead.
So it's just a nice little bonus. Well, I don't have the talent, but we're here. There's a lock.
So,
I guess I'll pick it.
It is a -2 penalty.
But if you
Okay.
unlock themselves.
Yeah. So you said you had 7 plus the lockpicks?
7, yep. Hold
So
on.
that's 8 minus 2, 6 dice.
6 dice.
I
Yep.
do also appreciate y'all have been going back and forth about voting and outvoting, and I've literally said nothing the whole time.
I know. Well, your silence implies a
Consent?
negative vote.
That's not a good tact to take, I'll tell you this much.
I
So-
wish it did imply consent, because then I would outvote Frawley. But no, I'm just trying to keep things moving. If we all die, it's your fault. That's all.
Well, I mean, we're
Then
all
again-
not going to die. I'm the closest to the door. I mean, the escape door.
Actually, Solding's going to be the only one that survives, maybe.
No, I have a habit of
Okay.
being the one that survives.
3,
Fair
4,
enough.
5, 6. Rolling.
Oh yeah, you get this.
Nice.
You're actually surprised Frawley's not able to get through this. It's a pretty standard lock, although it is well preserved and well made. So it's like a designer lock, if that means anything. You're able to click it open, and you can pull the door open now if you want to. Now, did you want to try and do it quietly?
Oh, I'm stepping
Yes.
aside. This is Frawley's. Yeah. He can try to do it quietly.
Well, then I would actually ask you to actually make it just a general stealth roll, then.
Alright.
Okay, that's 1 success. 1 for Frawley. Let's see if any of them can hear you. Nope. So far, so good. The only one stealthing in, Frawley?
That's what it looks like.
Yep. He's crossing into the zone.
Illuminated by his torchlight in the back. Lantern light.
You kept
Oh,
that
I
on?
assume there's some light in there. So I'm holding the lantern. If he's creeping into pitch blackness, then yeah, he's gonna be silhouetted by a halo of light from the door. But I would imagine they'd have some light in there.
It is slightly illuminated. Oh, Mott didn't roll. They didn't roll
I was like,
properly.
who the hell is Hargon?
Those are the folks inside.
Yeah.
So that
I'm sorry?
it's alright.
No, I had no idea what you're referencing.
I figured that's why you were apologizing.
It wasn't a very funny joke. Don't worry about it.
Says you.
Alright,
You're
so-
all winners.
You described the scene. And I might as well place their tokens. They're not placing correctly. There you go. Looks like the three of them just huddle in the corner here, throwing dice. Inside this room, it's very rectangular in shape. You're surprised, a quick glance, you see what looks like really polished stone walls. The floor itself is also just smooth rock. It seems like it's been well used, too. You're still hearing the sound of dripping water. And you do see torches in the back. They're like small braziers lighting up the room all around you. Just enough light where they can see. 2 in the one side over here where your door is, and 2 in the far back where there looks like to be an altar of some kind. You can't really get a good image of it, except you still see the symbol of the god Rust. Which looks like that. You see if you see it on the map there. That symbol is in the vaguely jutting out, like it seems it's like carved out of the wall there.
I just remembered our quarry in here is a helmet, and they might just have it, so I don't feel bad for doing this. But get in here, sneaky.
So you rolled 1 success, right?
Yeah, so they're probably gonna see me come in.
Well, actually, 2 of them don't. It's the third one that I think sees you, but ties basically are a wash.
Well, so this might be me misremembering things from Vampire, but it's like you have successes, and in contests, successes cancel. So it would be like he got canceled down to 0 successes from that one guy, right? So that would be a failure from him.
Well, is that how it works in this? Because I don't remember how the contest would work here if ties go to defender or attacker.
We can double check. Opposed rolls, page 49.
This is what I mean by checking all the pages.
You have to roll successfully and roll more successes than your adversary. Every success your adversary rolls eliminates one of your successes. Only you, the attacker, can push your roll. And the opposed rolls only counts as an action for you.
Alright, so one of them actually caught you then, unless if you want to push, it seems like.
If you do push, what is this, a stealth? So agility?
Yeah, so you would take damage, because I believe you took 2
damage.
skull damage already.
I mean, I don't know what you were hoping to accomplish, Frawley, besides getting maybe the first hit in a fight, but I think this is going to be a fight either way, so yeah. I don't know if it'd be worth taking 2 agility damage.
I don't think it would be either, so I'm just going to basically turn this into a barge and attack scenario.
Alright, well, just as Hargon, the human looking over here with a small beard, he's about to roll what looks like a pair of stone dice. He drops it the moment he sees you. They come up snake eyes, and the orc in the corner says, "Ha! I win!"
Oh, I love that.
And then Hargon says, "Shut up! Who are you?" And the other 2 turn around, and they see you, Frawley.
I am the Grave Maker!
Are we going to fight, or are you going to try and talk to him?
I want to fight.
Alright, I need everybody to draw their cards, please. Actually, press the shuffle button first.
Okay, can do.
Alright, I pressed the shuffle button. Everybody, please draw a card.
Yeah, I must have been drawing at the wrong time. You're trying to draw from a deck with no cards.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Please draw your card. Everybody got?
I did. I don't know where. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Alright, I will. Now I'm going to ask you specifically. You want me to draw each of them individually, or just one for the group?
Individually, space out those attacks.
Okay.
Not that it really matters. I do random shit anyway.
Sure, but that random shit might come all at once, and
monsters
that
roll
could knock them on
randomly
their
for
ass.
their attacks. It's the only benefit.
To be fair, these are more NPCs than monsters. So I guess, reveal your cards.
I really hope that I recorded my computer's audio at the same time, because I was editing a video, right?
Yeah.
And Robert goes, "To be fair, these are more whatever you said." And then my video finished rendering, so it had that more sound. Doo-doo.
I got 1, 3, and 7 for me.
I don't know how to reveal my card, but I got 4.
You click on it above your head. So I can click on it too and see them if you reveal. You said you got 4?
Yeah. Click on it above my head. I don't actually know what that
just
means.
tell him what you got. You don't need to show him.
Yeah, I just got a 4.
He can see if he needs to. Otherwise, it's taking forever. 5 of hearts.
I don't know what I did, but now my card is not in my hand.
It's probably the one on the table, I assume.
Yes.
What was your number?
8, I believe.
I can't wait until we start playing Deadlands.
Vendor, what was your number?
I said 5 of hearts.
Oh, Deadlands is a fucking mess. Are we actually playing it, though?
No, I was just making a joke. I would sooner play it. I want to get into an Aces and Eights game that's, 1, not racist, and 2, works.
So, you will never play one?
I played it twice. God, I want the shot clock in a game that's good. I know people out there are saying, well, that would never happen. The moment you put a shot clock in, it's not good. To me,
What's a shot clock?
it's a silhouette of your figure in a position, and you roll a die, and then you draw a card that determines where the bullet goes. So your die roll is based on your skill, and the card draw is a random quadrant, so it determines how far off the bullet goes, and then you track that on the silhouette, and that's where on your body you get hit, and different body locations have different critical effects.
Damn, okay.
It could work.
It plays a lot faster than it took me to explain it. But also, there's a bunch of silhouettes. You can put stuff in front of it, hey, I'm hiding behind a barrel. Okay, I'm gonna put the barrel here. You tell me how you are behind this barrel. All right, now I'm gonna put the shot clock. So I'm saying I'm gonna shoot the gun out of the hand, right? So you put the shot clock, you put the bullseye over the gun. Then you make your skill roll. That determines how far out along the axis it is, and then your card suit determines what quadrant you're going for. So you might go, okay, this or this. So I didn't hit you with a bullet. Oh, looks like I shot you in the head instead.
Gotcha. This could be fun.
Alright, well, Grognak and Hargon are going first, followed by Maxima, then Vendor, then Maraka, and then Froley. Froley, you're last.
Sorry, Froley.
Nice knowing you all.
So you went for a stealth move and you might end up dead. Sounds familiar.
Well, we'll see. Cards are done. Now we are declaring actions. Well, the two fellas that are in front of you... Let's see, what are they gonna do? Yeah, they're gonna basically move up. So, they're gonna go within zone. Grognak is gonna be arm's length at you, and is going to attempt to slash you, Frawley.
Fast action.
Yes.
Run. Well, also between zones.
Alright, I parry this. With Defender, I get 1 free parry every round of combat.
Go for it. I do have 1 success in at the moment.
Okay, so I just roll my weapon skill.
Do you have a parry button
Yeah, there should be
Oh, yeah.
on your weapon?
I'm looking for it now. There it is.
Found it?
Yes.
Oh, you parry it. You raise up. You're using your sword to parry?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't have a shield yet.
A chunk of your sword actually comes out a little bit, but you're able to parry the blow, so I don't think you take anything. Alright, so he's done. Argon has a broadsword. He's going to... Now, here's the question. Can he also get an arm's length on a different side?
Well, so, I mean, this is the big sticking point, right?
Yeah.
Is we're using a map to represent location and distance, but the rules are designed to
be vague, yeah.
Vague and represent, yeah.
Best interpretation is that we're in a separate zone, which puts us also at short range.
Yeah.
Right, so, it's basically... The way that I would think about it is that our tokens are not really that useful for positioning outside of determining which zone we're currently in. And theoretically, you could have an infinite number of people dogpiling this guy versus the 4 or 8 that you would normally be able to fit on a grid.
Because it looks like, this is one zone, this is another zone. It would take a run action, fast action to move from this zone to this zone.
Hargon is going to attack with his broadsword on you, Frawley. You can parry again if you want.
Alright.
This would be your last parry.
Yeah. But hey, that's 2 parries out of 3. That's not horrible.
And as it already said, anybody in the same zone is considered to be expected as arms reach or
Oh yeah, you parry that nice and easy. Okay, Maxima. So you're currently, I guess it would be short.
Yeah, right. I'm looking for borders. Border is important feature. Border is blocked, steep abyss, obscured. No, I mean there's an open door.
It is an open door.
So I'm gonna shoot at somebody. You said these enemies, one of them is a human?
You see 2 humans and there's 1 orc.
Okay, and how are any of them less armored than the others?
It's a good question. Hold on. The orc is the most heavily armored, and you can't really see him from your angle right now. The 2 humans are wearing nothing but chainmail. The orc has an open helmet and chainmail, and a small wooden shield.
All right. I'll take aim at one of the humans then.
Alright. Any preference?
No. I mean, it sounds like they're pretty much identically done up, so I'll pick the dude who is closer to me on the map, I guess. Yeah.
Alright, this guy?
That guy. That
Alright.
Hercules
So that's
dude.
That's Hargon.
Hargon, today you are my enemy. And I'm going to... So my fast action is to ready my bow, and my slow action is to shoot my bow.
Go ahead.
Finding my bow.
Now, he can't parry that, I believe.
I think he can dodge.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm rolling 5 and 2 for my gear.
Is there a dodge?
Yeah.
On the...
Dodge is his move.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his
agility.
move?
Yeah, agility and move skill, and any bonus.
Oh, okay. He failed miserably.
Nice. Okay. I got 1 success. I'm not going to push that roll, because that's enough. And it looks like I have damage plus 1, right? So I did 2...
Just 2?
I think it's just 2. I'm
Damage
trying
armor.
to... Damage is
He
1.
is wearing the chainmail, yes.
Alright. He has the roll then.
Okay. Let's do that then. Ready?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for your
Did it come up?
chainmail roll. Oh,
Is that right?
No.
did it come up? Armor roll.
That's not right. Hold on.
Dice.
Should be 5 dice, right?
Dice.
6 dice.
Wow, really? For chainmail?
Chainmail. Hold on. Chainmail, armor rating 6, yeah. It goes leather at 2, studded leather 3, chainmail 6, plate is 8.
I probably fucked up on the macro here a little. Alright. Let's see. Let me reroll.
Why do you think I fixed that chain?
Part of it's a little broken now. But he did get 1 in.
That's right, so he soaks 1 of those damage down, so 1 damage goes through.
Who did you get?
Hargon,
I don't know which one Hargon is.
this guy.
Okay. Not shot the wall. Right.
Well, of course, remember...
The tokens don't matter. Yeah, I know.
The tokens don't matter.
Wise cracking. That's all I do.
I think that's it for my turn,
the
so...
AC broke around. And
If the tokens don't matter, do you see their nameplates now?
no. And it was hot before. So I've done all I can to freeze myself, and now I'm just super energized.
Now you can see Hargon.
There you go. Oh, Hargon takes an arrow to the knee, or whatever.
Yeah.
Vendor,
Yeah, I want to break somebody.
go for it.
Emotionally. Which still breaks them, by the way.
I know. So you're just gonna, what? Anger them? Whittle them down? How you gonna do
I
it?
guess Grognak back there. I'm gonna... Ghoulish Glare. That confused me. I hit my Ghoulish Glare button, and suddenly Maximus die thing came up. I was like, what the fuck?
Just forgot, but we're good.
Yeah, you definitely keep track
I'm
of
gonna
that.
spend 2 willpower. Which is already gonna make this do 4. And I can't fail a spell roll. All I can do is mishap, which still goes through anyway. So that still goes through. So you take 4
Automatically? No save.
You save.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the spell. That's what I'm asking.
You take 4 empathy to I am a half elf and on psychic power.
Congrats, he's broken.
So every willpower point I put into a spell equals. So
he is broken.
Yeah, which just means that he'll either run away now or he'll become in berserker enraged and attack everything, which really doesn't change the situation, but it does make him broke, which is a status we mess with.
Mat Akka, the big orc fella. He is going to charge in and just goes after Frawley. So, Frawley, you're just getting pounded here.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Way.
He has this he has this like looks like an elaborate battle axe of all things. There you go. 1 to get in.
I don't think I have another parry, right?
I don't believe so. So that's 1 plus... So 1 and 2 damage. So it's, I believe, 3 damage. Are you wearing armor?
No.
Really?
I didn't start with any.
I thought you bought some.
Nope. I didn't have any money for it.
Oh, shit.
You should have said something.
Why? Because then you would have stolen something?
I guess I was trying to, and that didn't really work out.
The very first session, I tried to trade a spyglass to get you to trade the spyglass for a helmet so that we could get Froley a helmet, and that never worked. Anyways, we're looking at what, 3 damage here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so where's that go?
Strength, so 3 strength.
So you should have, what, 2 strength left now?
Yes.
Well, it is your turn now.
Alright, I'm gonna go chop at Hargun there. I'm sorry. Very sorry.
You already killed one, Harmon.
Yep. Oh, my fault too. And I'm gonna use Path of the Blade.
There you go. Get that bonus.
Go find the weapon. There it is.
Hey, 2 hits in.
Not to probably make this worse. Did you have everything in on the battle axe?
Yes.
Okay. It says you should have a bonus +3, and all I see is your attribute.
Oh, I fucked that up. I apologize. I'm gonna let it slide this time, but I'll make sure to fix that for next one. So, good catch. I didn't see that.
I can't seem to quote Path of the Blade, but I spent the willpower point, and now his armor no longer has any effect on that attack.
So it goes through. So I guess he can he parry? He can attempt to parry.
Yeah, everyone has one.
He fails miserably, so fuck him. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 5 damage then without armor?
I do have Sword Fighter, but that's not my damage. That doesn't modify damage.
So that's 4 damage then.
Damage? That's perfect. You cut him down.
Nice.
You know, that arrow was enough before. He's struggling to try and pull that out, but even after you take like an axe to the side, you bring your sword in and just run him right through his chest. So he is gone.
Hey, Froley might survive this.
Grognak is like, I'm gonna get the boss! And he just fucking runs like this way through the door here.
Oh, good.
Well, does
What do you mean, does he? Well, you said he's gonna either run away or go berserker.
yeah, but if he was he? What zone was? Sorry, not what zone was he in? How close was he?
He would have been arm's length to Frawley.
Because he has to take a certain action to get away from Froley.
Oh, and what is that action? Please enlighten me.
I'm trying to look it up. Sorry.
I was looking for it. I don't. On our cheat sheet, it says you can't do that with enemies within arm's reach. But in the book,
well, yeah, it says retreat is an prerequisite. It has to be at arm's length, so they couldn't have been within. Right.
Yeah. No. So he could take the run action to move to an adjacent zone, and then he could retreat. I don't
So then what I'll do is I'll have Grodnak take one of his moves to go into a short zone away from Frawley. Because he's kind of scared shitless right now. He just saw one of his friends get killed. And also his brain's mush. And he's gonna just go inside the door here and try and get away.
Yeah, I think he could use his fast action to run, to move to an adjacent zone,
Yeah,
and then
that I'm
flee
sure
as
you
the
can
slow
do.
action.
That
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
you
guess
can do.
something stops you both your run and because retreat takes you out of arm's reach to near, and then from near run to the next zone. So it just means that he can't do anything this turn other than move.
Yeah. Outside of that,
but you have to roll for your move.
Oh, do I?
Roll for move. If fail, you move, but your enemy gets a free attack against you, a slash, stab, or punch that doesn't count towards their actions in the round, and which you can't parry or dodge.
Oh shit! So
I
there's
succeed.
attack
Page
with
93,
opportunity.
yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, but that's only if you're trying to retreat. But you can't get away from him unless you're trying to retreat anyway, so...
Well, wait, hold on, because then, like, he could use his run. Run doesn't have that restriction.
no,
Second
first
action
action, first action, retreat.
Why would the first action? You can't.
Yeah, because you can't run from arm's reach. You have to retreat from arm's reach to near, and then run from near. That's why it's retreat.
Ah, okay, so we're doing it backwards,
Sorry,
basically.
I'm choking while I'm
Okay.
talking. That's not me getting a
No. I was just
sass
okay.
voice. If you hear
No,
say,
yeah.
sorry. There's also ice cream. I told you I'm trying to freeze myself.
I didn't really. Yeah, I was just thinking that like fleeing was getting out. Was just leaving the fight entirely, and that was. But yeah, okay, yeah. Be this way if you're trapped just right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I guess that makes sense.
Well, you killed one human, the other human ran off, all that's left is the armored orc. Maxima, what are you going to do?
Well, wait. Does that mean that Froley gets a free attack on him?
Oh, he succeeded.
Yeah, cross sword.
Sorry, missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maxima, I guess I have line of sight on this orc guy? It looks like he stepped out from behind the corner.
Yeah, he did, so he can get into arm's reach on Frawley, so yes,
Frawley.
you have line of sight.
Okay, I'm going to... I believe I have to use a fast action to reload, although I can't find it on the cheat sheet now. But yeah, I think I'm going to use fast action, reload, and then fire another shot.
Doesn't say on the sheet, does it? Yeah, it doesn't say.
Right? I feel like I read that somewhere. Maybe it's under the weapon.
I'm sorry,
I'll go
say
check.
What?
Reloading?
Reloading, I think, is a fast action.
I don't think that's... I feel like that's not an
Sorry,
action.
I tuned out a second. My own spell list, so I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I don't know if reloading's an action.
Hold on, I got one of the two PDFs that Dan hit us.
There's no reloading, I don't think.
That would be awesome. Maybe I'm just I'm still...
Switching it from Iron Claw.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Ready weapon. Ranged weapon readied. Ready weapon.
It's just shoot, man. Like, and did you roll for the arrow?
I rolled for the arrow on my last attack. I'll roll for this one,
Yeah.
too.
Ready weapon. Before you can fire your bow or sling, you must ready it. Prepare the weapon by knocking an arrow or placing a stone in your sling. Once
There
you've
you
readied
go.
your weapon, you can't take any slow action other than shoot, and no fast action other than aim. So yeah, you ready your weapon every time you shoot it.
All right.
Got
So
it, that's what it
ready.
is.
So the correct term would be ready weapon, then shoot.
Yeah, and ready is a fast one, I think.
Yeah.
right?
So that's your fast, and then that's your slow.
I'm just gonna relay
Right. Okay, cool.
this
Here it
one,
comes.
because this is the one that has one.
That's one. I think I'm gonna push this roll. So I'm gonna reduce this die by 1. Okay, all that. No failures though. So just 1 success plus 1 damage.
So that's 2.
Total, yep. And here's for my arrow. I still got arrows.
Well. Nothing. Oh fuck! You got a good shot on him then.
Ah.
Where do you get the bonus die from?
He's wearing an open helmet, which is a +1, I believe, and I don't know how to put that in there.
It would probably be 1 more on the equipment.
One more on the equipment. All right, I'll just
Yeah.
make the note later.
Right, and I forget, we decided NPCs can't push, or...
They can't.
I don't remember. They can? Yeah, okay.
I remember specifically reading out loud saying that they can. I just don't remember where.
I'll look it up later.
I think
thought
it's just when it's an opposed roll.
Right.
Only one person can, but I mean, NPCs can push.
but monsters cannot, right?
I'm
Alright, well, you hit him, so it went through. Vendor, what do you got?
I draw my staff that for some reason always out but never drawn, and
Yes.
Nothing else.
Alright. Mott takes the arrow and he shouts, "Oh, you bastard! I'm going to eat you!" And he swings at Frawley. Frawley, you ready?
Yes.
I'm remembering the dice this time. That's a terrible swing. Actually, that's also an incorrect swing, because he doesn't have that strength anymore. I need to redo that, I apologize.
Okay.
Oh, it's page 46. The game master can push rolls for NPCs, but she never gains willpower points.
Oh, that's even worse of a swing! Jesus! He's completely distracted by the fact that one guy is dead, another guy ran off, and he just got shot in, like, the side, and it hurts. He tries to, like, get his axe on your head, Frawley, but you're able to dodge it. And you can retaliate.
I sure will. I'm gonna chop him in the importance.
No, not my face!
I'm gonna spare the armor with Path of the Blade.
Alright. Ooh, that's 2 plus 2, so 4?
Yeah.
I don't think a battle axe can it. No, it can't. Yeah, you get him. You swing in close, and you basically decapitate the guy, and you see his orc head rolling on the floor.
It was on the helmet at the very least.
Yeah, there's now a helmet on the ground. The helmet actually rolls with him, and you can see that going where it goes.
Lovely. Frawley, grab the helmet.
And maybe his chainmail.
Oh yeah, I want to need that too. I was gonna call dibs on it. I kill my dibs, I guess. But
Yep,
I don't want to
cash
get
those
that
dibs
habit.
in.
So yeah, let's get that chainmail ready for repair.
Mm-hmm. The chainmail... Did it... you talking about the chainmail on Madaka?
Yeah.
It does have a dent in it, so it only has 5 out of 6.
So this is why I was wondering, because I feel like, wouldn't that only apply if you had pushed the roll? Do skull damage...
I think skull damage for equipment is constant.
I don't think so. Push.
Only when pushed? I'm gonna double check
I'll
that.
double check as well. That's just feel. I'm sorry, I'm responding. That's something else.
No, it's fine. I'm looking too. Gear in the book, right?
I think armor has its own separate thing. Let me check. Yeah, page 105 in the player's book is the armor section. If any damage penetrates, its armor rating is... Oh, what? Oh, okay, so we were both wrong. So if any damage penetrates your armor, its armor rating is decreased. Every skull you roll reduces the armor rating by 1. So it's not being pushed, it's if it doesn't soak all of the damage.
Don't miss the next sentence.
If the armor... Yeah, if the armor absorbed all the damage, but like in our cases, I think most of our attacks got some damage through.
Your attacks did get damaged through.
That's why I'm a smith again.
So your attacks did get damaged through, and What's-His-Face was using a specialty thing to actually get through most of them. With his Path of the Blade and all that.
Frawley the Sword Whisperer. Cool. That's I like that. That makes more sense than pushing armor rolls, I guess. So, yeah, so now we know.
So how much is the chainmail armor rating now?
Chainmail armor rating is 5 of 6, and the open helmet is at 1 of 2. Does anybody else want to loot?
I'll poke through pockets and see if there's any, if they had any coin or gems on them?
No gems. Let's see.
Any coins, though? I'm kind of broke right now. That's my bottom silver.
Any coins, you say? Of the 2 dead bodies, you have, yeah, there's some coins on a couple of them. See, that's, not Grognak, that's, Hargon and Madaka, right?
Right, the other guy ran.
Okay. They were gambling a little bit.
True, though they were gambling for loot.
They were. You find 6 silver on Hargon.
Hell yeah.
As well as 4 copper. 6 silver and 4 copper on Hargon. And Madaka has 5 copper and 6 silver.
Woo!
So 12
Dinner's on me tonight.
Yeah, 12 silver and 9 copper total. Including with that, you also have their armor. So you have 2 chainmail shirts, 1 open helmet. You have 1 large shield, 2 daggers, a battle axe, which looks like it's ornately made.
I'll take that shield.
And the broadsword.
I'll take those daggers. Let's see, daggers are tiny. So yeah, I'll collect those daggers.
Alright. I mean, if you want, you could just have Soldnik put all this stuff in the cart for you.
I'll carry the daggers on me in case I feel like throwing a dagger.
Alright. So lay dibs to whatever equipment you want, the rest of it's going in your cart.
I'll put the shield on my sheet.
Alright. It's a large wooden shield. The wood part doesn't matter so much. The large shield gives you a +2 bonus for cover, so basically a +2 armor that, cuts through first.
Alright. What does this feature light mean near the armor? Like, helmets are light.
So, a normal item weighs 1, a light item weighs half, 0.5. So it just means that it's going to take up less encumbrance on you.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also, considered light armor, ultimately. So, the chainmail is like a heavy item.
Yeah, it means that under the weight drop down for your armor, set it to L.
Okay.
Keep in mind, also for chainmail, the armor rating is a 3 against arrows and stabs. That's why the arrows were going through so well.
Oh, that's good to know.
And stab attacks, specifically. So if you're using a dagger and stuff, you can probably cut through also.
Thank you for reminding me.
No, that's what I'm here for. So just for clarification, what are you not taking? The other chainmail and the axe?
I'll take those because those can be money.
Well, no, what I'm
They
saying
might be
is...
heavy.
They are going to be heavy. What I'm saying is, what you're not taking, Soldnik is going to put in his cart.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you at least this room.
That's nice. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think it's just the chainmail and the axe.
Do you actually have a loot list?
No, I suppose we should. I can keep that, I guess. I'll write it down.
Back. Was there anything anybody didn't want?
We have a piece, chainmail piece, an axe, and a broadsword.
Oh, I've claimed the chainmail.
No,
I'm already wearing chainmail.
There were 2 chainmails. You took one of the 2. So there's one left. The broadsword and the axe.
That's fine. Staff.
Put them on the cart.
Wait. Sorry, you claimed one of the chainmails?
Yeah, so I can sell it. I
Right.
have no money.
Right. I'll take the other chain. There's 2 chainmails. You said?
No, I'm wearing one and I'd claim the other.
Oh, alright, asshole. Alright. Sorry, just joking. What was the other things?
An axe and a broadsword.
Just any type of axe?
It's
ornate.
It's an ornate-looking axe. That doesn't really do much.
Yeah, but I just mean there's multiple types of axe.
Oh, what did I say it was? I think it's a battle axe.
It's a battle axe.
It's a battle axe.
Alright, what was the other thing?
The broadsword.
I'll grab the broadsword.
Alright. So, this makes this simple. Soldnik is going to put the axe in the cart for you. So just remember that you have an ornate hand axe. Ornate hand axe. Or no, excuse me, ornate battle axe. And honestly, we'll figure out everything else later.
Okay, so I suggest we had this guy run down this passage to go tell the boss. I suggest we run down this passage and maybe, like, I don't know, reinforce the door with something.
Alright. Can the door be barred?
You're going which way now?
To the west.
Oh, hold on.
Sure.
To the west, you say. And the western door, it has a lot of metal details in front of it. It looks like they represent two men in robes watching over the chamber, and they're sort of jutting out of the wall. In their hands, they seem to be holding scepters that look like they're made of gold.
These are ornate details or actual scepters?
They look like they are ornate details.
Okay.
Really well made, to be fair.
And the door itself locked?
Roll a... what was it, like we said before, scouting? Yeah, scouting. You go up to the door, you push on it and all that stuff, you can't really tell if it's locked or not. You don't think it is.
I have to imagine that there's an easy way to tell if a door is locked, and that is to try to open the door. So I think I will just try to open the door.
The minute you start turning the handle, I need you to roll something for me.
Traps.
Actually, there's no save, never mind.
I would say the easiest way to tell if the door is locked would be the slide blade of a small object in the door and the wall, because a lock requires some sort of mechanism that would prevent the door from opening and closing. You know, in modern days, you might do that with a credit card.
I tried that with my dagger. It was too narrow. Couldn't get the dagger in.
Fine. Swallow.
So what is this? It's an attack with 4 dice against you.
Ugh! Can I dodge? Or do we go straight to armor soaking?
It might go straight to armor soaking. That's 2 on me. Hold on, I'll double check it.
You know, ironically, you might have a smaller blade.
Yeah.
Do that be an axe head?
Yeah, it actually doesn't say anything about dodging here, so I don't see if you can, to be honest with you.
If
I'd
a
imagine
thing can't be dodged, it would say it can't be dodged, which makes it effectively anything that can be dodged can't be dodged.
Yeah, it cannot be dodged. Basically a trap door opens, you see, like,
Ooh.
the floor just slide open. And you see, like, what looks like a 6-meter hole that you fall into. You take 2 points of strength damage. And you're like, what
Ouch.
the fuck?
That's what I get.
The hole is open still, by the way. It looks like you activated the mechanism.
Those 2 strength damage?
Yes.
I feel like you guys
You're gonna-
remember that we don't heal her.
Yeah. You hear Mouse at the bottom of this hole cursing. There's nothing else in the bottom of this hole, though, right?
Let's find out. Roll another scouting, why not?
Yeah, no.
It just feels like, it's like just musty. You see a couple of bones, maybe, but that's about it.
Am I gonna need help getting out
I'll
of this
go to
hole?
the hole's edge and I'll lower my staff down there so you have something to grab onto and pull yourself out with.
Yeah,
Aw.
you'll need that to get out. No roll is really required because you're being helped by Fender. So as long as you have the agility to do it, you should be good.
I mean, given the distance you have to start rolling to take damage in the game, 4 dice tells you how. I fell off a cliff.
That's
Okay.
true.
I mean, I'm not broken in agility. I've got full agility.
All right,
I can make a roll if you want me to.
Yeah, roll the agility with the move if you have the skill.
I do. Oh, do I get a bonus die for being helped out?
Yeah, throw in an extra one.
It's literally the help.
Damn.
Nothing.
Alright.
It's
I'm
like,
gonna push
help!
this one. This is... I really don't... Yeah, I'm gonna push.
Alright, -1 die.
We also aware there's a boss or something.
Okay, I got my success. I'm gonna take 1 agility damage. Scrambling out of the hole.
There you go.
Okay, so what did we learn? Don't go pulling on ornate door handles.
You notice that one of the scepters is now slightly tilted.
Interesting. So there's 2 scepters. One of them's tilted. There's 1 trapdoor. I nominate someone else to try the door again. Or we go and we follow towards where we know there's other enemies. Someone else decide. I've been making calls all day. And I just fell in a hole.
I don't want to run into any ambushes. Let's chase them.
You don't... Okay, sorry, I just gotta... You don't want to run into ambushes, so let's follow the guy who was going to tell his buddies where we were.
Okay, maybe not.
I mean, if that's the plan, that's fine. I'm just saying, if you're trying to avoid ambushes, that's not the best way to do it.
Well,
But-
you see what following my plan has gotten us so far, and then we follow your plan and you fall into a hole.
And both of our plans have ended in... I guess tragedy may be too strong a word. We're both still standing.
Well, I just took a flesh wound.
Exactly, and I just pulled a tendon, so it's not the worst thing.
Meanwhile, Vendor is very quiet.
I was gonna say, Vendor is just sitting there, contributing nothing.
I just helped you out of a hole. What are you talking?
Fair point. You did contribute that, I suppose. Okay, well, I'm refusing to touch this door again, so unless someone else wants to take a shot at it, then we'll go to the east.
I will try.
The trap door is still open.
I was gonna say the hole is already there. What's he gonna do? Open up another hole?
I mean, there are 2 staves. I mean, are you saying it's a question of getting to the door now?
Well, it's kind of blocking it, unless if you want to...
Well, let's move one of the staff that is moved back into its original position and see what happens.
You do that, and the trapdoor closes.
Oh boy, okay.
Move the other one how the first one had been.
Ah, very good. Let's see, hold on a second. You do that, you hear a click. And since none of you are in front of the door, none of you are in danger of a giant guillotine dropping all the way down and slamming into what would be the trapdoor.
Damn. This is a bad door. We shouldn't go through this door.
Yeah, this door hates us.
Okay, so the guillotine fell and has hit into the ground where the trapdoor is.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. A weird question. Is the guillotine attached to like a chain, and is that chain still taut?
Yes, it is attached to a chain.
So maybe now the trapdoor won't open. Because it'll have the guillotine like wedged in it, holding it up.
Well, if the trapdoor drops out from underneath, then there's nothing preventing it from still.
I mean, if the chain is still taut, then though.
Like, you're assuming the 2 things
Wedged
are
in.
connected. I mean,
I
why don't you
suppose.
just pull both of them at once? That way the guillotine just falls down the trapdoor.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna get over the pit door. If we
Yeah,
can
but
get
also
door
the
open.
traps don't reset, so if we just activate both traps, they're no danger to us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do that. I'll pull the other.
You
Pull
pull the other scepter, and you see that you hear a clicking sound again, and the trapdoor opens. The guillotine just sort of like falls down it like very gingerly, like with a thud. The chain is completely taut, like it was, and now it is at its. I guess you assume it's full length.
Okay.
Alright, now
Um,
Maxima, I need you to climb down the chain and see if there's anything on the walls on the inside of the trapdoor.
I was already down there. I saw nothing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about not on ground level. I'm talking about all the way up and down. There might be a secret passage from the inside of the trapdoor that leads into the next room.
I mean, I suppose there's no reason not to. I will get on the chain and look for anything on the walls of this pit.
Okay.
Am I rolling for that?
Yeah, do a scouting.
I take it back. I'm not doing that. I'm not rolling for any more. I want to go through this door. I'm gonna try the door.
You open the door. It's easy now. Everything's been activated.
All right. I'm swinging across the chain into the other room.
Yeah, you can use the chain for leverage and get through that way. That's fine. The door is open. Everybody can do that if they want.
See, y'all weren't here for the 3-hour Hackmaster fiasco, trying to figure out the way past a single trap, and it was literally a trap door. Without a passageway in it.
Oh no.
Good lord.
Well, it's because it was fire. Basically, imagine a room full of fireball. Okay, reach forward. Tap that square. Nope. Tap that square. Nope.
As you enter this hallway, you notice that it's incredibly dark and there's like a very strange smell. On the edge, on the right side of the wall, like next to the door you came through, there's a crank. And at the end of the hallway, you see like another door illuminated with your lantern. The floor itself is very uneven. It's just like shaped stone tiles. The only light that you have is coming either from behind you or with the lantern you're carrying. And the ceiling is maybe like 2 meters high. So it's pretty tight in here.
Okay. Luckily, I'm only like 1 meter high, so I'm fine. Do we... okay, so this crank. Crank looks like it's just inset into the wall or something. I'm gonna mess with the crank. I'm gonna try turning it.
As you turn it, you hear, like, thick clicking, and you notice that the, everybody else sees this, the guillotine and the trapdoor outside reset again.
Ah, okay. Alright, so this is the trap reset button. That's handy. Can I leave them deployed to some degree so they don't trigger again?
You mean, like, just...
Oh, wait a minute. No, that's good. Yeah, because everybody gets in here, and then we'll reset the traps. We wanted to barricade this door anyway.
You could do that if you want.
Okay, Frawley, Vendor, let's go.
Okay.
Once they come into the hallway, I'm gonna crank and reset the traps. And close the door.
Okay. So you're all inside?
Yeah, now it's dark, save for my lantern.
Yes. It stinks in here. It's like a very earthy, musty smell.
Yum. Hummus. Okay, let's go to the far door and crack that sucker open. There's no...
Hold on. The door... as you step on certain tiles that you step on...
Oh, no.
That were not Resident Evil hallway.
Certain tiles that you step on, you feel like they slowly, like, sink on your feet. And, one particular tile that you notice... who's in the lead, actually? I should ask that.
I can take the lead since this is my plan.
Can you roll an agility, please?
Move agility?
Yes.
Hacha! One success.
You touch your toes onto one tile. It just crumbles away.
Spell God.
No. Spelled with an I. Crud. Oh, right.
With a Y.
Why? Yeah, I don't know.
Yona.
I know it's not a J. That's the obvious one.
Jonah begins with an I. I-O-N-A-H was the old biblical Hebrew spelling.
So, alright.
Starts with S.
I will bring the lantern close to these tiles and try to determine if there's anything indicating anything on them that would indicate whether they're traps or not.
Okay, scouting, and I will give you a bonus because you have a light in front of you. +1.
Hooray, +1.
Alright, you notice that the tile that you start, like, testing tiles. You notice that some of them sink, others seem to be a little bit more stable. It looks like it's really hit or miss. The newer the tile looks, the less it's sinking. The less it's like seems to be like being a problem. It seems like it's the older tiles that look like they're really decaying that are just starting to crumble here and there.
All right, and the one that fell away, Beneath it, there's just blackness.
Yeah, blackness. You don't know what's down there.
Can I toss a copper down there and see if I can gauge how far down it falls?
Yeah, if you want to.
Alright, I'm deducting a copper.
You toss a copper. You don't hear anything.
Well, that's not a good sign.
And therefore, like, outside of, like, a small little crash, like, sounds like a pin dropping, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I mean,
It would be
I
like
don't know how to gauge it, to be honest with you, so...
it would be the time between when I toss it and when it lands. Is it like...
Yeah, what would be appropriate here? That's
Be
what I
able to
mean, I gotta
gauge.
think.
I mean, really what it comes down to is, would this fall be survivable? Yay or nay?
Probably not.
I mean, there's only one way to know, right?
Yeah. Like, if it was just like, ding, and it's like you tossed it out of a first-story window and you hear a ding on the other side, we'd know, okay, it's dark down there, but it's not like... We probably
Maxima
wouldn't,
is
like,
an
hurt
expert in
ourselves.
the cadence of
Right, yeah, but if it's
decibel
like,
volume of
you flick the
survivable
coin...
stones.
Yeah, you flick the coin, and then a second and a half later, you hear a ting from far away. Then you know, like, okay, this is a very, very deep hole. That's what I was trying to gauge. Sounds like it is a very deep hole.
It is a deep hole. There is not any way to really gauge it, I would say. That would help you here at this point.
Yeah, it's not a hole we want to fall into. That's all I was trying to figure out. Okay then.
You also notice with your scouting, because I might as well give you a little bit extra. A lot of the tiles just have this, like, white dust on them. It's like a white, thick mycelia that sort of almost like pulsates on the floor whenever you step on some of the older tiles. It's the newer ones that don't really have this. It's the older ones that do.
Interesting. Okay. Mycelia is a new word for me. Is that like a fungal thing?
Yes.
All right. Well, that will make them easier to identify. So I'll tell people to keep to the newer tiles. Stay off. Avoid the ones with this strange dusty stuff on it.
It kind of looks like that.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So
Those
yeah,
are basically like mushroom roots.
Somebody
Dead.
didn't play
Who, me?
me. I mean, I did play Resident Evil, but yes, mycelia is a new word. So, okay. Yeah, so I feel confident that I could cross this hallway. Is the light gonna be enough for everyone to see these things?
It should be enough, and like they could also just follow your pattern.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them to follow my pattern, and I'm gonna pick my way across the hallway to the far door.
As you get to the far door, you notice the door has no lock.
Okay then, I will just open this bad boy up.
It is not moving.
Damn. Okay, so you said it has no locking mechanism, but it's not budging?
Looks like it actually swings inwards where you are, it seems like, but there's like no lock, there's no handle or anything like that.
Frawley, how's your strength looking after that fight?
Down to 2.
Alright, mine's down to 1. I don't... I want to try to force this door open one way or another, but I don't know if we'll be able to. Do you want to give it a try?
Alright, see what we can do.
Okay, so, either try to, I guess, break it down, or maybe try to, like, wedge it open if we've got something we can use for leverage.
Scouting.
I don't find
Nothing
it.
for me. Yeah.
Nothing. Vendor, you want to try?
Actually, wait, sorry, no, I got a success. Wait, did I? No, that was my last scout. Never
That was
mind.
the last one.
Okay, hold on. Heard somebody else.
Vendor, you notice, like, on the edge of the door, it looks like there's an area that seems to be, like, where people have maybe in the past pried in and out. It looks like they scraped something, like a rock or something like that, to help wedge the door slightly ajar. If you find maybe a rock in the room or something, you can give that a shot.
Yeah,
Which there
clearly
are...
amongst all of our gear, no one has anything equivalent to a rock. My God, why didn't we just come out here with rock throw bags?
Anybody have a crowbar?
No, I've got
So-
daggers.
I mean, you described a wedge. Literally anything is a wedge.
I can use one of my daggers.
People are wedge, depending on if you're Star Wars or God of War.
Well, can I be a Biggs instead?
Well, then that's from Final Fantasy.
Ah. Do they still do that?
Well, I think it's an homage to Star Wars.
It is, but do they still
Yeah.
have the tradition of naming two NPCs,
I mean,
Biggs and
they're in
Wedge?
Final Fantasy 14, it's still an ongoing MMO.
Yeah, but that's an ongoing MMO. I mean, any recent ones.
I know.
Well,
I don't
see,
count
the only
those.
game that's more recent than that is Final Fantasy 15. So I'm gonna say the last game happens to be an MMO. So
Fair point. Fair point.
I don't remember if there was a Biggs and Wedge in 15. I mean, there was in FF7 remake, but that was just because it's FF7 and they were there in FF7. So
Yeah. So, you find a rock. You gonna attempt to pry the door open?
yeah,
Give it a shot. This will require some strength. I will give you a +2 bonus.
I will hand the rock to Frolly.
All right. And that
Well-
will be good.
Frawley can't get in. He's trying so hard to just angle the rock correctly, but it's just whatever reason it's not enough. It's parts of it, bits of it are flaking off. It's just being a pain in the ass.
you don't have any skill in might?
I do, actually.
Well, I mean, that should be the roll.
I'll give you the roll.
I
Go
mean, that's
ahead.
what might is. Might is basically your straight strength roll.
Yeah. That's a lot better.
Well, one of those three would have been the one he didn't roll before, which would have been a success.
Yeah. That's a lot better. You are able to wedge open the door, and it's slowly moving out. I'm assuming you're all being careful where you step.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is still dark in this area here that you see, but you come to what looks like a spaded hallway that just leads out to a stairwell that just goes downwards. There are two not statues, I guess, but two stone pillars that are flanking the room.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, the only light that's lighting this place is literally what you're holding. The two stone columns, what's interesting about them, you notice that they do have intricate runic symbols etched upon them. And other than that, besides the columns, all you see are the stairway downwards.
I'll hold the lantern up to one of these columns and say, "Vendor, can you read these?"
Which one do you go to first? Top one, bottom one?
Let's say top one.
Alright. What skill would it take to read magic, Vendor? Actually, it would be a lore. Please roll a lore.
Law.
Lore?
Nice.
Yeah, you recognize the symbols. The top column, a lot of the symbols represent the goddess Herne. Or Heme, excuse me, Heme. They're variations of Heme's runes. And it seems to read like a prayer, which makes sense because Heme is one of the two gods that the Rust brothers recognize as being official.
All right.
The other columns, anybody going near that one?
First, let me ask if this prayer is short enough that we could memorize it.
I mean, I don't have anything specifically written for it, but yeah, it's sure enough we can memorize parts
It's
of it,
a
yeah.
several hour long prayer carved around the entire
Right. I mean, we're going into a holy place, knowing a prayer might be useful down the line. So
Well,
that's
I don't know.
why I
If
asked.
watching The Mummy has taught me anything. Having a wide spectrum of beliefs is actually the way to go.
There
You
you
never
go.
know when you'll be needed.
I just mean, if I had a religious holy site that I had to protect from non-believers, I might put a prayer as sort of the disarming mechanism to a trap. But
one that you would repeat constantly to yourself, so that moments before the trap activates, you recognize what it means, and then prostrate yourself before God before getting your head cut off by a kill team.
exactly. I mean, look, he was not faithful. That's his whole problem. He's a Tomb Raider, so he's just clever enough to avoid. But yes, typically you would just, you'd go in on hands and knees because obviously.
Well, that wouldn't
You're a
make any
true
sense
believer.
either, because if you remember the scene from the movie, 3 blades come out at every intersection. If you came in crawling
That's
in there, you would have been chopped
true.
in half too. It literally makes no
Well.
sense.
It makes no sense. The penitent man knows how to dodge roll. That's really what it comes
Yeah,
down
apparently
to.
the penitent man's really good at diving forwards.
Anyway, so I'm gonna try to have Vendor recite this prayer and remember as much of it as I can, and then I'll approach the southern column.
You see more runes. They are a slightly different kind if Vendor wants to try and read it.
Yes. First ones were Greek, this one's...
I will actually give you a +1 for this one.
Didn't need it. I already...
Okay. Yeah, these runes are basically talking about the god Rus, and which makes sense. This is a temple that was supposed to be dedicated to the Rus brothers, and they are, much as you saw previously, they are prayers embedded in the runes. For about a minute, though, you notice that the column in front of you, Maxima, is slowly shaking.
Uh-oh. This is the southern one.
Yes. What's interesting is that the column itself, all of a sudden, just grows like 2 arms and a head and legs.
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, but it can't go anywhere. It's literally holding the...
I mean, it grew legs. I'd have to imagine it's going somewhere.
Well,
It doesn't-
I imagine it has to grow legs out of the sides because it has no bottom from which to grow legs from, the same way it has no top to grow. I'm imagining it's like a totem pole.
It's not like to the ceiling, the columns. I thought I said that.
You did, then I did. Also, that's a stupid column.
What's the point of this column? Well, apparently the point is to turn into some sort of humanoid sentient monster that will now crush us
Also,
all beneath
arguably,
its
that's
enormous weight.
That's a pillar, and not a column.
Fine, pillar. I'm just reading what it said here.
Well, I mean, podium, maybe? Like, because what is a pillar that has a space between the ceiling and the floor?
I guess. I mean, these obviously serve some sort of ceremonial purpose as well.
An obelisk?
Maybe like an obelisk or not a cairn, but there's another word
An obelisk, I don't know. An obelisk tends to denote a shape the same way that a pillar denotes a shape. When I say pillar, you think what? Like round, tall object, right?
It's true.
Whereas
Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
An obelisk
It
has
seems
sort of
like-
a pointed top.
yeah, in terms of shape, these are cylinders, but they're not supportive columns. And maybe there's a word for that, but if there is, we don't know it, and apparently the adventure doesn't know it either. This is fine. This is going to be fine.
Well, it's obviously not. They're turning into a monster.
The golem creature before you looks around and with like giant stone eyes.
I immediately begin to recite the prayer that I just memorized.
Motherfucker.
But what if the prayer itself is a trap?
What will you roll to remember the prayer?
Oh, if you're asking me, we don't really have anything directly related to memory outside of lore.
I would say manipulation. Empathy.
Empathy, I like that. I'm okay with that. Manipulation.
I mean, manipulating yourself?
I'm trying to manipulate this golem. He's gonna spare me because I'm faithful and he'll just kill you too. But I got no successes. But I am afraid for my life, so I'm gonna push. I got 1 success and I took 2 empathy damage.
Empathy, emotion.
The golem does hear you reciting the prayers, it steps down. It's like steps up and starts walking. It's about like a 3-meter tall humanoid looking creature now, this golem. And it just starts going near the stairwell. And starts walking downwards.
Oh, I'm gonna follow the golem.
You notice that the stairwell itself is a little bit slippery. Like the stone is well made, but the stairwell is covered in mycella and lichen.
Lichen.
Or lichen, I thought lichen, whatever.
It's one of those words, so it's cool. Like chitin or chitin, right? All right. I will. Yeah, I will gingerly follow.
Yeah, you need to be very careful. It's actually quite slippery. The golem is walking incredibly slow.
I'll look to the other two with a haughty smirk, and then, follow.
What do you give me a haughty smirk for? Are you reciting the thing that I read to you? Is that
It's
why you're
true.
all happy for?
Yeah. I was like, this might come in handy, and look at that.
So, again, you're getting uppity because of the thing that I told you.
Yes, but it was my showmanship. It was my, 5 manipulation that really sold this golem.
Can you guys, because I didn't expect you guys to go down here yet, can you give me a couple of minutes to set up a map?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No setup.
No setup.
do it
Only
live.
play. You guys want to take a short break, and because I could grab some food.
It's fine, yeah, I'm still doing video manipulation on the side. 5-minute break.
Okay. 5-minute break, BRB.
I'm going to use this then to make some things. open the Game Master's Guide for something now. They do have separate stats. Nothing.
Ah, nothing. I see. I was gonna say, so it's not interesting. It makes sense. It's the first time that we fought like non-monstrous enemies. Does the book recommend that you use NPCs like you use basic like PC stats for your NPCs, or do they have some sort of like?
It's the same stat block as the monster.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
They're slightly truncated, but they do have other. They have a lot more skills than the monsters, basically, that allow them to do stuff.
Yeah, cool. It is nice when a game lets you repurpose the PC rules to some extent.
Oh, but they don't have the random thing attached to them.
What do you mean? Yeah, there's no random, it's just regular attacks. Like, there's no D6 or anything like that.
Yeah. Monsters. Random.
I'm almost ready.
That's okay.
Dodge and parry shit.
Yeah, they have dodge and
As
parry.
a general rule, monsters can't be parried.
Yeah.
So, monster thing.
Oh my god.
Actually, it kind of puts me opposite camp that I am with Iron Claw. Randomness of monster in this game.
Also missing stats. They don't have monsters. Typically, don't have wits or empathy. Just strength and agility.
So
I mean, your spell from before probably wouldn't work on them. I believe.
The spell specifically says it doesn't work.
There you go.
I know. That's why it says that. I have a bunch of spells that are that way. The spell doesn't work on humanoids. The spell doesn't work on monsters. What were you saying, Red?
Oh, I was going to ask if you are... So you're pro-random attacks or anti-random attacks?
I mean, they're monsters. I like my monster to be unknowable, right?
Yeah, I guess that does add to it, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, the fact that it has a D6 table doesn't really detract from me not knowing what's going to happen. Plus, it makes for a fun story. Like, the GM doesn't know what's going to happen. He's rolling a random die, too.
Exactly. And I feel like from a GM perspective, it tends to help take some of the sting out of it. If, like, you know, as a GM, if you're going to target, you know, a downed player, it can feel really shitty. Like, yeah, you know, I could target any of your other allies who are up and about, but I'm just going to lay onto you and, like, take you out of the game entirely. It can feel really targeted, but when you've got random rolling, it's like, it always could have been you, and it's not like a malicious act, it's just the nature of this combat. It's very dangerous. So I like that aspect to it. Like, I don't think when Klingerdin got killed in our last run, it was like he was not doing too hot. He was like crawling away from combat when it happened. I don't know any GM sadistic enough to be like, I'm gonna go and just kill this guy when there's like two other, you know, targets within arm's reach. Or I think maybe there was only one other at that point. But yeah, it didn't feel targeted though because it was random. We all knew that it could have happened and it did.
Poor Klingerdin.
Although, now that I think about it, I don't think that's what killed him. I think that's what gave him the wound that did eventually kill him, because we couldn't heal it.
Alright, I think I got it. I gotta think of a way to, Is there a way to flip a token?
I don't know. If you try right-clicking on the token, it might be in the context menu, like flip horizontally. If that's what you mean.
No.
Well, I know there's like two-sided tokens.
You could try using the scalers, like the handles on the edge, and dragging it past, and maybe that will flip it horizontally.
Ah, yeah, I can try that. No, that doesn't work. It resets.
Ah.
Oh well, I'll figure it out later. We'll see if you even get to that. Okay. Are you going downstairs?
Yes, we're gonna follow this golem.
Yeah.
You follow the golem. The golem goes downstairs into what appears to be just an open cavern. It's almost as like the stairwell feels like it goes on forever until it leads down to what looks like a large, damp cave. The walls itself are just strewn with lichen and mycela, and you see large white fungi growing alongside the western wall. To your left, you actually see a massive wooden door filled with nails. The door is in terrible shape. And you see a narrower opening heading further south.
Okay, and what does the golem do?
He stands there waiting for you all to pass.
Or the ceiling.
No. Interesting. Okay.
So this is the room.
Alright. Question about the door. So, you said it's full of nails. Are these nails just hammered in haphazardly, or does it look like they're trying to keep the door closed?
It looks like it's trying to hold the door closed. Like the door looks like it's about to fall off its hinges. If you just open it.
Alright. I guess I would suggest then moving to the southern passage. What do you guys think?
Suspicious door is suspicious.
Right? I mean,
What's up with the rocks over here?
those are the mushrooms, right?
Those are giant mushrooms.
Maybe they're edible. We could check.
We came on this fun trip to go on a fun trip.
Yeah. I imagine that would be survival. If anyone would know if those mushrooms were edible, it would probably be Vendor.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 2 successes. Nice.
Vendor, how close do you get?
Well, I mean, I can see
Oh.
it from here.
Sorry, Vendor.
The mushrooms are not only not only look like they're not edible, you notice that they're starting to move and shambling towards you.
And also, what do you mean, sorry, vendor? I'm right here next to you guys. I literally never
Hey.
moved. I just pointed over there. So what about those rocks? Like, look at the old man. Those are mushrooms, vendor. I said, okay. What do you know about them? Well, they're moving.
Well, I can tell you this much. They're coming right for us.
I think you'll find I literally, in fact, told you nothing new about them. Other than they're moving.
Alright, well this does not bode well. You guys want to run or fight some mushroom folk? Or maybe they just want to... Maybe they're friendly. I should not jump to conclusions.
Well, maybe you should use your newly found skills in empathizing with random things.
I mean, that poem took a lot out of me. I took 2 empathy damage. But I guess they look like they're not moving quickly. I will quickly try to address them in the common tongue. And say, Hark! You seem like fun guys!
They move closer. Roll initiative.
Initiative! Okay, we
Well,
tried.
it's nothing.
I'm sorry.
After
Draw your cards. I will draw 1 card for the mushrooms, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, I don't mind.
So the white hat fungus. Actually, I have to draw a 2nd card. Because you do have a golem here.
Oh no.
All I'm going to say is, it's a good thing you made a prayer.
Ah! Whew! Golem friend.
Well, it doesn't know any better. Alright, what are your numbers?
I also have a 3.
Did I fuck up?
I see one card on red, so I don't know why
I've
you
got-
say you also have.
I
Well,
have a
because he
5.
put a 3
fuck-
on his mushroom.
What do we got?
I have a 5.
8 parts.
So vendor is last. Okay. Ironically, the golem is first. So the golem is shit movement. He kind of just like slowly shambles towards them and gets into near range with the mushrooms. Here's a question. I have to roll the d6 for the attack. Yeah.
It's a monster.
Oh, if it's a monster, I suppose.
All right. Well, let's see what we got. 6.
You said
So
it
it's
moved in the near range?
Yes.
Are we in the same zone?
It's not attacking you.
No, are we in the same zone?
Yes.
Okay, because if we're in the same zone, then we're all automatically considered to be within near arm's reach.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you guys are in the same. Oh no, you guys are in short at the moment. The golem is now like near range for the mushrooms.
So
I'm
if we're in
sorry.
short, we're in a different zone than the mushrooms are in.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Currently.
that
Ironically,
works.
he's stomping. The golem
Stomp.
jumps, and just like falls on an unlucky adventurer within near. Attack with 10 base die
What the fuck?
with weapon 1. Like I said, you're fucking.
Damn.
You are lucky.
Damn.
Weapon damage 1. Oh, he just like completely crushes like the nearest mushroom in front of him. Like you just see him jump in the air real quick, and he just like curb stomps the one of the white caps that's in front of you.
Gross. I love it. Man, 10 die. Playing this game with physical dice must get crazy. I guess you could use your own custom dice, but like, or your own dice, right? But I know they make custom dice for the game. But if the GM's rolling like 10 dice for an attack, that's nuts.
It could be really bad.
Especially since you have to re-roll dice too, so it's not even like you could say, oh, I've got 5, so I'll just roll them twice, because then you have to remember that you might then have to roll more of them 2 more times. Very weird. Anyway.
It is your turn, Maxima.
Maxima will shrug because her attempt at diplomacy failed, and will ready her bow and knock an arrow and take shot at one of the mushroom folk.
It's a whiff.
Nothing. It's a whiff.
You can push.
So I'm already looking kind of bad. I think I'm just gonna leave this one as a whiff.
Arrows?
Right, I gotta roll for arrows. I'm trying to see. Well, actually, I can save my attack to use as a... Oh no, that was my draw. Okay, I have no more actions. Yes, I will roll for my arrows. Still got some.
Mm-hmm. The mushrooms start ganging up on the golem, because they don't know any better. This is 4d6s. 2
Monster
6s, a 5, and a 3. Yeah, they're gonna change targets if they can't do what they want on them. So the 3 it's a slime grip attack. So 1 to 3 is the same thing. You start seeing like the white tendrils of one of the mushrooms that you've seen previously throughout the entire area here just start to grow on top of the arm of this white cap fungus as he touches the golem's legs and shoulders, and it just starts spreading on it.
Sexy.
Technically, so 3 base die off the fungi. No successes. So, this was a waste of time. So, it's trying to grapple the golem, but it can't really get a good spot on it. The 5 one of them just erupts in the entire zone, so covering the golem with like a dust cloud. All actions except for the fungi are now considered hard for 4 rounds. So for 4 rounds, the golem's fighting at a penalty in the near zone. In fact, everybody in that entire zone are fighting at a hard penalty now. Because it's just like a cloud of dust all over. And finally, the last 2, which are 6s.
I mean, golem is the only one that's not fungi, so...
Yeah. The last 2 that are 6s, you just see now a bunch of pollen going onto the golems as well. Unfortunately, the problem though is the golem doesn't have lungs, so it doesn't have to worry about being paralyzed. So I'm not even going to bother to roll it, but you just see like what looks like just this jet of spores that are shooting up on this thing. The fungi that are shooting on it look at it and realize it's not being affected at all. They start shaking their like giant white cap heads, and they seem to be moving slightly away from it. Frawley, it's your turn.
Alright, can I cross zones here to attack?
Yes, you can. You're now in near zone.
Alright, and that's going to be at -2 because of the spores.
It's the range of your broadsword.
Arm's reach, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not at arm's reach.
So
Yeah.
-2.
No, you
You're
can't
not in
attack. You're not in range yet. You can't attack.
Oh, okay.
We were at, that's why I was talking about the zones before. It's we were a zone away, which means we were short. You moved from short to near. Your range and your sword is arm's length, though, so you're not in range to attack.
Alright.
You can defend though if you want.
Defend, yeah. Do
Although,
that.
ironically, you are within range to make everything harder. So you still guess you're dodging it at -2.
You could also, if I was to make a suggestion, you can also step back and stay with the range you are and defend.
Alright, let's do the smart thing.
I just want you all to imagine this playing out.
There's just like a cloud of spores all over where this golem is right now.
No, not
You
that.
guys
I mean
are
that
on the edge of it.
Frosty rushes forwards, holds his sword out, realizes he's not going to make it. God, it's hard to breathe in here. Frosty rushes back.
Yeah, that's fine. Vendor.
I draw my staff. One surprising. Usually
He's
always out
already
anyway.
He's always out anyway. Oh, the golem's gonna go with a 5. Oh. Well, considering everything is technically an arm's length of it, this is a good attack for it. A sweeping attack. With a creaking growl, the golem lets both of its arms swivel around itself, hitting pretty much everything at arm's length distance with 8 base die. Let's see what we get.
We get mushroom soup.
We get nothing. The mushrooms seem to have caught on to the golem's tricks.
Wasn't that against each separate target?
Oh, so I gotta roll it like 4 times. So the first one doesn't get hit at all. Second one. He smacks it. Third one. Nothing. Last one. Smacks it. He's only able to, like, chop down one of the mushrooms.
What I mean, there's 2 damage to one and 3 damage to another.
Yeah. We just double check something? Yeah. One of them is gone. The other one is barely standing, but still there. Looks like half of its stem is like cracked. Just imagine like a mushroom that's decapitated that's like walking around now. Maxima.
Sorry, I'm here. Okay. Alright. Can I ask where people are seeing this defend action? Because I can't find it on the list.
You mean defend action? React.
It's a Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you're attacked, you can parry or defend based on whatever you're being attacked with. You can only do 1 a turn unless you have a feat like Frosty here does. 1 extra one.
Right, yeah. Okay, so that's what we were talking about. He's going to save his actions to defend with. That makes sense.
I don't think that is. What I was suggesting is don't go into the giant fucking cloud.
You get
of
an automatic defend, basically. Dodge or parry. one per. But you don't have to hold back an action.
No?
I mean, obviously, I didn't think that before, but basically, I could say the same thing 1,000 times, and only one person has to ask me, "Are you sure?" Hold on, let me go back.
Right. Just because I remember reading somewhere that taking the dodge or the parry was an action, unless you have one of those talents that gives you a free one.
Well, I think you get a free one anyway, no matter what. I mean, they're listed as fast. Sure, not remember.
See it on the. I don't see it on the list, so there's no necessarily defense action.
Here's a whole. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where is it? What are we
Fast
calling
action.
it?
I just said it was fast.
I see.
Reactive actions, page 91.
I'm not looking at the book. I'm
talking. Look, Rob, I'm not describing things to people who are looking at things. I'm trying to read them out. Sorry, I'm not trying to come off with something. Again, this is me.
I know.
You know, I have to keep saying this is just me. I am an asshole. That's a joke. I already know I'm in. When you attack an aware opponent in close combat, they can dodge or parry to avoid being hit. Defender must declare if they're going to dodge or parry before you roll. Dodge and parry actions are called reactive actions since they are performed immediately and they break the normal initiative order of the round.
However, they do count, next page, towards your 2 available actions in the round, 1 slow and 1 fast. For every reactive action you perform, you get 1 less action when it is your turn. And once you have used both your actions during the round, you can no longer dodge or parry.
Actually, I love when they start one important sentence on one page, and the contrary sentence begins on the next page.
Yeah.
What editing?
But yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't really matter much, because, I don't know, the 2 of us don't get into much of that, and Frosty here gets a free one anyway.
Yeah, so that's nice. Okay. Alright, sorry. Sorry for all of that. I was a little bit confused, because I thought you guys were talking about something else. But anyway, I'm just gonna aim and shoot, I think.
Okay.
Or draw and shoot. I don't. Did you say one of these guys was damaged but still standing? Because I would target him.
I'll target him. It doesn't really matter because they're all the same in this case.
Cool. Look at my 1 success. I'm comfy with that. That would be 2 damage.
You shoot off the other part of the stem and it just sort of collapses. You see the mushroom head plop to the floor, and the mushroom stands there for a minute, trying to grasp at itself before it just goes down.
Haha!
The other 2 mushrooms are done with the golem. They move on to you guys, so they have crossed into near territory for you.
Well, I mean, you mean they've crossed zones?
Yeah, they crossed the zone. I will say it very correctly. They crossed the zones towards you. Are you ready then?
Hope so.
I mean, you're the one doing stuff.
I hope so.
We got a 4 and a 5. Well, 4 is not going to help. It only works if the enemy is grappled, so I'll save that one for later. 5, though, you know what that means. For 4 rounds now, all actions against the fungi are considered hard actions, so you get a -2 to attacks and everything else against them for 4 turns.
Damn them all.
So one of them just sprouts, another shake of spores all over, and you just see white dust and dander clouding the area. Frawley, you can get into arm's length at this point with them at least.
Yeah, and then let's pummel it severely. Sorry, trying to clear my dice pools, and the button seems stuck. -2, you say?
Yes, sir. That is a whiff.
Damn.
You can push.
Pushing wouldn't do any damage to my strength, would it?
Not yet, but it might.
Not yet, but if you get a skull, it will.
No, I'm gonna risk a push. I need that willpower.
Holy shit. You do get the skull.
So that's 1 damage to strength?
1 damage to strength, you spasm a muscle, but you put your weight into this so badly. What's that, 3 plus 2?
Nice.
Just a quick question. I'm sorry if I may have not been paying attention for a quick second. How much skill do you have in melee again?
Melee,
No, never mind.
3.
I know what I'm thinking. Never mind. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I forgot that the broadsword gets you. Forget me. Just forget me.
You bisect the mushroom. You basically chop it in half. And Vendor, it's your turn.
Sure, why not? I'll step in.
Well, you're in arm's length now.
Yep. And hold on. Crap. Right. My push to talk is also the zoom in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's 3 damage.
That's enough. You just start pummeling it to death with your staff. You just smack it until you see holes and chunks of mushroom falling.
Oh wait, sorry, no, that's not right. -2. I did put that on.
Oh, alright. Roll it again then.
There we go, now it's dead.
Yeah. Alright, good job.
I guess technically I didn't even just step in, I forgot. Staff has a range of near anyway.
Oh yeah, nice.
Well, you just get in personally and just start pummeling it. The cloud of dust dissipates. The golem starts heading back to the stairway.
Maximo will give him a deep and reverent bow as he passes.
And it walks back upstairs. Did its job.
Indeed. Well then, to the southern passage.
Before we go, it is 1:45. Should we call it here?
Are we doing... Okay, so we're not going till 3?
I'll be honest, I kind of can't.
I've been
Oh, that's okay.
falling asleep in the chair with myself, so I wouldn't mind a reprieve. Fun as it's been, I'm not saying it's not fun, it's just me being tired.
I get it. That's fine. Then yeah, maybe we should pause it here since that's the end of an encounter. And we've got some debriefing to do.
Mm-hmm. Just as an aside, I don't the time, unfortunately, is going to be variable for me now, Sunday mornings. My hope is that it'll be quick, doing what I have to do now with all these deliveries and stuff, but we'll see. But is it possible to keep a 10:30 to 11 o'clock spot for the game instead? And we'll try to go until at least 2 o'clock to 3, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock if you're feeling up to it.
I mean, it's a Theta question. It works fine for me.
I already said.
I just want to make sure.
You really already answered this question in chat already.
I know you answered it in chat before. I just want to confirm if that's okay. Okay, then I have my confirmation. Alright, so let's go through debriefing then. Let me pull out the experience. So congratulations, you survived. And fought mushrooms and 3 dudes. Good job.
We survived multiple combats. And admittedly, that second combat would have probably been a lot harder without the golem.
Oh, imagine fighting the golem.
And yes, that would have been fun as well. He just jumps up once and we all die.
Well, no,
Look.
Frosty would have died. You would have escaped. And then you would have died to quicksand on the way back home, or whatever.
That is our familiar pattern.
Well, now, actually, as it turns out, you would have died because you were standing right in front of the damn thing.
You were reading it. And don't be like, oh, I was reading it from across the room.
No, technically, if you remember, I was reading it from across the room because I went off to read another column, and then you went in front of this thing to pray at it, empathetically, as I recall.
I think that was the column, though. I think the column that you were reading was this one.
Regardless, it doesn't matter now. What does matter is, did you participate in the game session?
Yes.
I'd say so.
Everybody gets an XP. Did you travel through to at least one new hex on the game map?
No.
That is a 0. Did you discover a new adventure site?
I never know this one.
No.
No. This is the adventure site, but you discovered it last week. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Did you find a treasure of 1 gold or more?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, combined, everything you got is at least
Well,
a
he
gold.
got the chainmail, and the chainmail was worth more than 1 gold. I literally just only looted the broadsword. The broadsword's 10 silver, aka 1 gold.
Gotcha.
And you took, over like 12 silver, so you got a gold or more. So you're good. Did you build a function in
No.
your stronghold? No. Did you activate your prides? Did you suffer from your dark secret today?
Not me.
No.
Did you risk your life for another player character?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say yes on all those for all three of you. So an XP for that one. Did you perform something extraordinary of some kind?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Well,
Well,
I
it
mean-
depends on how you define it. We did awaken a golem.
I don't think that's extraordinary, and also, technically, the golem woke up.
You
The
did kind
golem-
of wake up.
the golem woke up.
That's something the golem did.
The golem woke up on its own accord. What's extraordinary is that it didn't attack you because
It's not
you
something
were,
we did either. It's something the golem didn't do.
It's actually
Well-
the only reason he didn't was because of the prayer.
Take
I
that.
don't know that reciting a prayer is extraordinary. In fact, I can do that every session right now if you consider that extraordinary.
We can save it for situations where it's like
Okay.
we roll incredibly well or something like that. It's another one that's kind of nebulous to define, but
Well, I think we
it's fine.
defined it before last time we went through all this, and we actually had a couple that were extraordinary. It's like, what do you call it? Damn it, my brain just stopped working. In the course of the role-playing game, where like the dice might cause events based on things that are happening. God, it's so close to my brain that I can't.
emergent?
Emergent events, right? Where emergent events caused by the dice and player decisions might cause extraordinary events. Like, not so much, yes, I rallied the entire town of people and we took over. Like, not so much one of those, but more like, I was about to fall to my death in a cliffhanger situation. But even with only one strength remaining, I pushed the die roll. And we made our way
Yeah.
back, extraordinary, not ordinary.
Yeah, maybe another way to say it would be like succeeding in incredibly unlikely against unlikely odds, like those kinds of moments. I'm comfy with that.
All right then. So then that's it. So if I'm calculating this, it's 4 out of 10. So 4 XP, everybody.
Groovy.
And any thoughts on the session?
Yeah, I had a couple thoughts. Let me check my notes. I was making notes.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I like the. I wanted to say that I'm happy that for all the situational bonuses, it seems like I like that you were considering actions and things that we had, moves that we had made to grant situation, like using the light when trying to examine the trapped floor and stuff like that. So that was cool. One thing for me, and this might just be a stylistic thing, so don't let me cramp your style. Something that I have rebelled against in D&D is leaning too heavily on perception checks, that sometimes I feel like people expect or they'll use perception checks in place of just observing things, right? So for me, it was when we were in when I fell into the pit trap, and I was like at the bottom of this pit trap, and you asked for a scouting roll. I was like, I don't know. It felt like I'm in the pit. If there's anything for me to see, it's probably... And it was probably like, oh, maybe there's treasure down here. If you succeed at, like, your perception, you could find the treasure. But in that moment, it felt like, I don't know if we need these many rolls. Especially in a game where rolls can be dangerous. Although, to be fair, I guess they're only really dangerous if you push them, so... Anyway. But I also thought it was fun when the golem was fighting the mushroom, the whitecaps. It seemed interesting. It's kind of mechanical and funny, but it was a cool thing to kind of see how all of these attacks were going to work without necessarily being on the receiving end of those attacks. So, like, we did gain information from that encounter, which was cool.
Alrighty. Into the perception checks, honestly, were just more so, I guess, just to see if something would happen, to be fair. Like for the pit and stuff.
Right, yeah. I got the feeling that that's how you were doing it. You were like, well, again, that's sort of like on-the-fly emergence, right? Like, oh, well, let's see if something happens. Well, we need a roll to tie that to, right? So...
Yeah, pretty much. That, like, I can say specifically for the pit that was something happened, because there's a couple of, like, small things that I could use in there, like, examples of, like like little treasure hoards that you can find and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got that feeling too. And I guess that's just me and my aversion to like, again, because like when I'm playing D&D, it bothers me when people come in and they're like, you're in the room. Here's the things in the room. What do you do? Are there hidden things in the room? I don't know. Roll perception. Or like, I guess I'm in that place where I'm like, well, I don't know. Tell me how you interact with the room and we'll see. Maybe you'll find something.
Well, I mean, that's why D&D has pass. Also, interacting with the room would be investigation, not pass, not perception.
Right. It's me yearning for a time where it's like, oh, okay, there's a painting on the wall. Is there anything funny about the painting on the wall? I don't know. What do you do? Are you going to like check behind the painting? Are you going to like scrape the paint off the painting?
Well, the problem
I
is
talk
that
to
when
the
you get
painting.
that in depth to it, that there's going to be a trap miser or it's going to be the one thing you were looking for is the one thing the party never does. So it's going to be like, oh, all I wanted you to do was taste the painting. Why couldn't you figure that out?
Fair enough. But again, in situations like this where there's like, as a GM, if there's no consequence to interacting with this painting, then if they do decide to go and do something to it, I'll be like, oh, okay, you look behind and there's like a map back there or something. Like, then I can like play with that. But
I mean, to
anyway,
me, it falls into two categories here. You have the Goonies pit, where, oh, you fell into the pit, you see what's in the pit because you're in the pit. Or you have mazes and monsters. Freylock looks into the pit, he sees gold. Freylock jumps into the pit. How much gold does Freylock get? One's the allure, you see thing, therefore you want to interact with thing.
yeah.
Otherwise, the other one is, you're in thing, clearly you have to be able to see thing because you're in it.
For what it's worth, you mentioned like the map and the painting. I've kind of done something like that before, as like a little extra thing, just for like a random side quest. So
Yeah, I definitely think
It's-
there's a
there's-
place for that, right?
yeah. Like I see what you're saying though, so I'll try and be more conscious of it because I got to think of different ways to make it emergent, I guess.
Yeah, I still think there's ways to do that kind of emergence without necessarily tying it to dice rolls. In circumstances like that, like the thing with the perception, if there was a chance that the scouting roll is going to end with me falling through a hole into a bottomless pit, then definitely, yeah, then it's time to make a scout roll, right? So I won't say it's like those skills are useless or there's never a call for them,
Yeah.
but it's just once or twice in this session I felt like, do we really need to be rolling for this? But again, that could just be me, my own personal preferences, so.
Anybody else have any thoughts on the session?
Well, none other than I had a good time. I think it went pretty smoothly. There were some rules questions. Glad we got those answered well. And just, again, had a good time.
If I can tag up on that, I also had a blast this session. It's probably the most fun doing like a dungeon crawly session I've had in a good long while.
Well, we all know that I'm contrarian, so fuck you, Robert. Today was the worst day I've ever had. It took us 3 hours to walk down 2 sets of stairs.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. All right, well, I think we're just going to leave it there. When we come back next week, will our heroes continue down this path? Will they go back upstairs? Will they find out if the girl is pregnant? Tune in next time on Dallas. Wait, wrong show. Tune in next time on Forbidden Lands.
So she died at the end?
I don't fucking know. I never watched it. Anyway,
Bring up Dallas without saying that shit.
it's just the first thing that popped in my head. Anyway, tune in next week for Forbidden Lands. Probably going to be at 11 o'clock again. We will see. Quick shout-outs. Reminder, check out the Rakta stream. There's a lot of games that are being played on the Rakta stream, right? Right, Theta?
Yeah, who's Raktus anyway? Yeah.
You can change the name. You know that, right?
Why would I?
I don't know.
It's wrecked you. It's wrecked us. It's wrecked.
Brand recognition? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
for that brand. What brand would I go into that would get recognized? That
God, you haven't played Brand in like 10 years.
Rackbucks.
Anywho.
Coffee and Snark.
There you go. Alright, well, you have, obviously, this Forbidden Lands game in the mornings on Sunday. Later on tonight, we are playing Shadowrun 5th Edition.
no, you're not.
I strike that. Later on, we were going to play Shadowrun 5th Edition. Apparently, it got canceled. I didn't realize it yet. We also have, on Wednesdays, in the morning, is Ironclaw, Shade's Tale. Is it still going
Yep.
on? And is it
Endless.
Is it still shady?
There's been a dearth of shade for a while, but to be fair, there was very little shade to begin with. If you're coming for the shade, I have to apologize. But if you're coming for the tail, we've got plenty of those.
There you go. And then on Wednesday evenings, we have our Pathfinder game, the Iron Fang Invasion, which I am also GMing. Although I'm not going to be here this coming Wednesday, unfortunately, so we'll have to talk about that with my players. I'm going to send that message after this. And then, are we doing?
I do love the swath of production notes that get sent out during this game.
You know what?
Talk about scheduling.
At least it's on camera. And Notes of the Aleph? Is that this week?
No, that was last week. It didn't happen.
I know. Is it happening this week?
Yeah, so I thought we were going to bump it,
bi-weekly.
but
no.
I think it's the 20th.
So it's not changing. So
yeah, no, it's bi-weekly. No, we have other things we record. You know what? Notes of the Aleph, since we're talking production, apparently. Notes of the Aleph happens bi-weekly because me and Griff and Shy record other stuff that doesn't go on live stream during those days. So, and I hate to be that other voice in the crowd. Production notes, those other things get a lot more views.
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
We gotta be mindful to where the zero amount of money I make out of this gets me.
Set up a Ko-fi page.
Production notes. Oh no, we have a Patreon. I just feel disgusting every time I talk about it because it's a Patreon. I just hate being one of those people like, hey, click our Patreon, get early access to videos.
Nah.
I mean, I do. I spend not a lot of time. I just want to spend maybe 2 hours a day putting shit up there. It does early access to stuff that you might not see for like months. Basically months of early access content. But
so I'll pimp it for you. Remember, folks, check out the Ractus Patreon and sign up today to get this content before everyone else.
Hey.
Until then, though.
Hey, another production note. Literally right after this, I'm recording something with Griffin. Literally for that. Yes.
There you go.
I do all this work behind the scenes because I'm an asshole in front of the camera.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a good day, and happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Thanks for playing.